Well, I finally got this all put together. I got my sun tree, automatic transfer switch. I just kept the, I guess you would call it, the post output. It can't go over 10 amps. Then the relay voltage amp, I forgot the name of it. You can adjust it so it can't go over a certain amount of volts, over volts and amps. Then the RCBO with the SPD built in. The SPD built in isn't a normal air gap RCBO. This actually has a ground plug. Here you have on the top two plugs, two screws, and right next to it, you can probably barely see it, there's a ground wire. The one that has the deleted plastic covered hole for the screw for the ground is not a RCBO in the sense that you would have one like this. It has an actual ground. And they average 350 pesos. The one with the SPD built in is like 750. But so it goes here first, here, and then here. So for example, I'll cut the power, which is this. This is kind of temporarily hooked up to the lights, the refrigerator, the freezer, all the lights in the house, and my internet. So I'll flip that switch and didn't even cause my Nighthawk to reset. And you can see it's pulling 0.2 amps. This kind of looks a little tacky, but I just wanted to tie it in real quick. And this, I have corrugated rubber coated conduit with the 30 by 30 centimeter, what would you call it? That plastic railing with the snap-on covers, so I can go straight across and then straight up. And then straight over, right up in the top, and then have it come down to the inverter. I have another RCBO SPD over there too, which powers all that on that side of the house. The aircon isn't hooked up yet because I don't have the solar panels yet. This works really good. And the reason I choose two automatic transfer switches, when you have a 6 kilowatt, now think about it, you only have a 6 kilowatt inverter, okay, you have a 6 kilowatt inverter. That 6 kilowatts only going to put out 26 amps max. I mean, you're working it to death. It's a 51 volt 100 amp battery. That is not going to match the output of a house. And you try to verbally explain that to someone, or even write up a document and have AI do it, and people aren't going to pay attention to you. So when you explain to them you have two automatic transfer switches, so you can control it. You can put one on manual and set it to utility only. Because what makes your electric bill in the Philippines massive? The air conditioner. So, like this is a 16 amp. That will run the air conditioner, the TV, and a rice cooker. or a coffee maker, and it'll run some lights. And if I put the air conditioner on eco, then I can let that go and run everything else off this. But you can't take a 40 amp service house and just expect everything you have to run off a 6 kilowatt inverter. You need like a 10 or a 12 kilowatt if you just want to go free range and just run everything you have. For example, that hot water pot right there, that kettle, uses 9 amps. So you're running the air conditioner, you're running everything else, and you kick on that water kettle. What's going to happen? You're going to pop the breaker. And then you're going to be messing with everything. And you don't have to have a automatic transfer switch. The hybrid, this is a full hybrid. This thing, you can run everything through it. I'm using 10 gauge extension cord with ferrules on it for the initial setup. So, you know, that's just how that works out. But I can run it in, out, everything through the inverter. But when you have 2 automatic transfer switches, you can completely bypass that being used all the time. Only when the transfer switch is triggered or you put it in manual and trigger it will it use that. So you can focus your amperage that isn't sufficient to run a normal. Here I found most places are 40 amps, 32 to 40 amps. You can actually run the place, but you can't plug everything you have in when your system only puts out 26 to 27 amps, depending on if you set it to 230 volts AC or 220 volts AC single phase. So that's kind of what I'm going through. And I wrote up a nice document on it. But anyway, yeah, with this too, I put a marine grade 150 amp terminal breaker on that. I got that from Amazon, and I got this oxygen free welding cable. I cut it myself, put the crimps on, and on Amazon, most everything's free shipping. I got the shrink wrap, adhesive line. It's all marine grade. I don't know if you can see the little white at the bottom. It's glue lined. When you heat up that shrink wrap, like here, yeah, there you can see some adhesive coming out the edge of that. So this thing, it's all marine grade stuff, and it's cheaper than buying it from Shopee. The wire's cheaper, everything's cheaper, and Amazon ships here. But anyway, I thought I'd go over that with the ATS I just got working this morning. But anyway, there will be an identical one of these, except, now these are both 16. There's no need to have them any bigger. This only has 10, because it's going to run the refrigerator, the internet, it's going to run the freezer, and all the lights in the house. In this house, all the lights go to 2 pairs of wires. I mean, only the lights. Nothing else. No outlets, nothing else. So I just tapped in real quick, and